This is the GV Podcast, a variety review podcast featuring two of the three idiots giving their thoughts on cartoons and anime. This is an opinion-based podcast, and there's no way we're saying our thoughts and opinions are objective. Keep this in mind and enjoy the show. If there ever was a time of the year that's my favorite, it's the time that our Lord is born. Also known as... I actually didn't expect that one. Welcome everybody. We're the greenvillains. I'm Mayhem. I'm Duke. And today we're talking about whatever Duke has planned for us.
Okay.
He said Christmas, so I started going off.
It's essentially a Christmas special because this is supposed to come out the week of Christmas.
Oh.
Which is nice. So I went, you know what? Let me go ahead and give you guys a nice special treat. Just a nice, lighter movie.
I'm scared now.
So
what was the last holiday thing we did?
It's a romantic fantasy movie we're watching.
What's the fantasy?
2016. 2016.
We're not getting traumatized? Nah.
You might get a bit of trauma. Get a little sad.
Like a bit of a joyful trauma? Like I'll be
maybe.
Like the trauma that stays with you? You mean a memory?
You could just get sad.
You mean nostalgia?
So we're watching a 2016 Japanese animated romantic comedy film called Kimi no Nawa.
Oh, anime. That's a surprise.
Kimi no Nawa?
Yeah, Kimi no Nawa.
Your name?
I don't know what that means.
Go ahead, say it louder, man.
Your name?
We're watching. So he's gone.
You know, it's funny.
Okay, now that he's gone, I'm actually going to say that the movie we're actually watching is Dragon Ball Super Broly. Oh, never mind.
If that ended whatever you were talking about, then I'm glad.
You came at a perfect time.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So, generally, what happened was...
I was hearing.
Okay, you heard. So, what we're actually going to watch is Dragon Ball Super Broly. But yeah, so anyway, the movie we're actually watching is called Your Name.
Not I Want to Eat Your Pancreas?
No, but that would be even sadder. It'd be a good one.
We're not watching October Flies?
We're not watching Sky High?
Or was it October?
God damn it! Every time! How?
Because I have to hurt you in the same way that you try and hurt me!
Not October Flies. The movie's called Graveyard of Fireflies. You guys...
Red October?
That's on the list.
Hunt for Red October?
That one's a good movie, too. Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal on that one.
Yeah. So, don't you mean Rudy?
We're watching a movie called Your Name. And there's not much I can tell you about this other than that is a romance movie.
Airbud.
With some, like, supernatural bits to it.
Isn't this the one where they switch bodies?
It's Freaky Friday, the anime. It really is Freaky Friday as an anime movie, except really heartwarming. Like, that's...
Man, Freaky Friday, more like Mournful Monday.
It's compared to Silent Voice.
Oh, great.
Yeah, except no deaf girl getting bullied.
Now it's just a normal girl.
Now it's just a normal movie.
Are they bullying a deaf girl in my movie?
Yes.
Okay!
But yeah, so this is going to be an interesting one because I have not watched it. Jinzu, you've watched it? Yeah or no?
Nope.
No? Awesome! None of us have watched it. We're going to watch it now.
The thing that I would just want to end off on is imagine a Silent Voice, but the main character guy is just replaced by Guts from Berserk.
Oh my god! Kawaii is dying. You insulted me.
Yeah, we just get one frame of him just cutting all of the other friends in half.
Anytime anyone's being an asshole.
It's him splitting the deaf girl in half. And,
that's right, yeah!
And busting the bridge down with it.
Anyway, let's get to watching that movie. Whoa.
Merry Christmas!
What's your name?
What?
What is your name?
Tony! What's your name?
Ezekiel!
Man, I finally found you. Wait, I might have found you, but what's your name? I gotta know. What's your name?
Hot Cheeto.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for Taki. I'm sorry. I'll go. We're back! We just saw Your Name!
Holy cow. Also, another meme that applies to that is the I'm literally the guy in the photo meme.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I had a person like this. Hey, no. I'm literally the guy in the picture.
Man, I wish I had somebody like this. Hot Cheetos.
I wish I had
Hey,
someone...
Taki. No.
So we watched Your Name, and this movie was
Our non-spoiler thoughts.
kind of a trip. This movie was a trip.
It was definitely a trip, yeah. Without
It,
going too far into
good
it.
expectation subversion
Visually
with
stunning.
the initial premise. They kind of mess with you for a little bit there.
Yeah, there's a
The movie's beautiful.
Oh my god, yes.
The movie's fucking beautiful.
Visually stunning.
It's one of those types of movies that like you could pause it at any time and you can frame each frame of the movie in an art gallery.
I think people have.
Yeah.
Imagine watching a movie like that. The entire art gallery walls is just a scene, like every frame from a movie.
There is a compilation of all the times that they're cooking in the movie, like compiled together.
What you've never seen those Instagram pages where it's a frame from every movie,
I thought it was just like
like Shrek,
I thought
Like SpongeBob.
the SpongeBob movie. Yes,
no, because it's art.
it is.
They
we
made the
will review
shit
that
out
later.
of it.
Don't worry.
They made
We'll
the
review
fuck out of that movie.
Rephrased.
Made the shit out of that movie.
There you go. That's more
They
acceptable.
made the
No.
movie, man.
Can't believe they crammed the fuck out of it.
But yeah, so Jinsu gave his thoughts about it. But yeah, what I think about, without going too much of a spoiler into this movie, is it turns from one type of movie and goes off the rails in the best way possible, and you're just like simultaneously you're going, wait, what? To, oh my god, yes!
So the way the normal story structure is like there's the beginning part and then there's the rising action. So with this thing is a rising curve.
Oh yeah,
the rising action is supposed to be a straight line. This is a curve.
It was absolutely just a curve.
It went from being like kind of nice and chill and slow to, oh my god!
It's like that line that never actually touches the zero.
Yeah.
It just gets exponentially.
It has the
smaller.
rising. Basically, it is a roller coaster where at the very end it drops you in such a way that it like hits you in the chest.
It kicks you.
It kicks you, yeah. Of like where you're just having all those feels of like, okay, falling now. Oh, you're dead. Oh shit! Sorry about that.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry about that, dear.
Hey, so sorry about that, eh?
So, my thoughts. Oh,
No one
my-
cares. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so this is between this and Silent Voice. I would go back and rewatch this.
This one definitely is you rewatch when you rewatch it, you're just like, oh, it's this part that's coming up.
So between
No,
this and
you
Akira,
watch
I
it-
would rewatch this.
Oh my god. Akira was
Akira.
was monumental.
It was Akira.
It was monumental, but it was also traumatizing.
Yeah, it's like that for Akira, and then a Silent Voice. You're just like, damn, I never want to experience this again. But that was one of the best things I've ever watched. But for this one, it looks amazing, and the story absolutely is worth a rewatch.
It has emotional moments, unlike. My question is, why now?
Sorry, look.
I'm sorry, but you need to see this.
Cat being pet.
When you smack the out of a cat and you like slap it a lot and like its butt, they kind of like that. It's like a little massage, but at the same time, it's kind of like just petting them aggressively. You can kind of do the same thing with dogs, but like in like a more, you can be a little bit rougher with dogs. But with cats, you have to be like.
I've got a boxer. I can beat the shit out of him, and he knows that that's love.
No,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
beats the shit out of you.
Yeah. I restate my statement.
Nothing has changed.
I'm re-emphasizing it. Yes, I beat the shit out of him. He's happy. He beats the shit out of me. I'm less so.
I have to accept it. Let's get into the
My
story.
dude, you're still watching them.
Oh, sorry.
Let's
Okay,
get into
what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
When I have to compare this movie and Silent Voice because they're very similar in the fact that like it's a kind of romance story with insane twist. This movie has a lot of really emotional moments. That movie had really sad moments.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
Of like this movie's emotional. Of it makes you go like oh, but it makes you happy at the same time. You're not feeling depressed like you're like oh god.
It's not a downward.
The movie knows
spiral.
the movie knows how to stress you out and build suspense.
Yeah.
It's not a deaf girl getting bullied, basically. But man, This is something. It's one of those
What's
movies,
something?
It's one of those movies similar
This.
to Akira that if you're an anime fan, you gotta watch it once.
Gotta watch it at least once. Yeah.
It's on that list of you gotta watch it at least once. Like
The-
Naruto.
Man, I haven't seen that at all.
Well, it's on the list.
Man, I wonder if my dice rolls will.
By the way, every time you reject it, it actually gets closer on the list.
Oh.
We're very close to the first gate.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know who you are. You will.
The closer that, but that's the thing, dude, because the closer that Naruto gets, is the closer that you guys die.
Dude, I just imagine just like a Mike guy of like, I'm your favorite character. I don't even know who you are. You will.
So let's get into the story. The story.
Should I leave it up to you guys?
We'll do what we do sometimes, where I try and give my telling of the story.
I would say let's try to summarize it a little because I want people to experience this movie.
But summarize it in what way? Like,
Don't give every detail.
So your name is about these two characters, Taki and
Mitsuha?
Junsu. I need your help on that.
Was it Mitsuha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
And Mitsuha.
I would have been
guy,
heartbroken if I'd forgotten that name.
It's a guy in Tokyo and the girl in like a in a lake town.
Itomori.
That's the name of the
It's
town.
a rural village.
Yeah.
And-
Rural volcano
I hate the word
crevice.
rural so much.
Rural.
Rural?
You can't say it?
I can say it. It's just irritating to say.
And
But yeah, the rural
They-
town.
and they, for some reason, switch bodies.
Yep.
And it's a
like-
back and forth sort of thing where, like, one day...
It's
where
Freaky Friday every day.
Where, yeah, like, one day...
Every other day.
Taki's in his own body, then he goes to her body, then he's back in his body. Like, it goes...
No, it's every time they go to sleep, they swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They'll spend the whole day as the other for a little bit.
And so they develop their own system of, like, communicating with each other, like, memos to each other. Like, don't do this! Don't talk to this person! Never... don't say that you want to meet this person, or something like that. It's like... And it's like... One time she leaves a note for him that's like, how to talk to girls.
Yeah, because that's one thing I thought was really cool. Of like the first third of this movie is them just getting used to this whole swapping bodies thing.
Yeah.
Real nice, real touching, and it gets to the point where they start improving each other's lives. Of
Yeah.
like the guy makes sure that she's not taking people's shit. Like when
Being a
when people
pushover.
are being rude, like he's making sure that she's not a pushover the rest of her life. Meanwhile, she's making his life better by actually going out and living a life.
And actually, instead of
spending
just
his
working
money.
on it. It's spending his money.
Spending his money.
Bitches.
I don't know if we can keep that, but that's hilarious.
When you acknowledge it, it kind of stays in.
Oh, there you go. Then it's staying.
That's the thing, is that every time you acknowledge something, it kind of has to stay in. Where if you didn't acknowledge that he said that, it probably wouldn't go into the video. That's how things go.
So every time I acknowledge something?
Almost every time. I would say if it's not something that can be demonetizing the video or something like that, then it could possibly stay in.
And she also seduces the crush that he has.
And then he does to a random girl in her body.
Yeah, no, that's the funny
Yeah.
thing of like because of their personalities being shifted so much, certain people like
Were
get
attracted
attracted to that.
Yeah.
And so like there's the girl for the guy where she's like, "Oh, I like this personality," and starts falling for him, and then goes, "You used to have a crush on me, didn't you? Now you got a crush on somebody else. I can tell." It's like, "What? No!"
I've been learning about this person's entire life and have fallen in love with them, but no.
His tell is that he acts shocked and he looks away and kind of like covers his mouth.
But meanwhile, on the other
Like,
side, guy in the girl's body, he's going around being so basically tough about it that people are starting to fall for her, including girls.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, "Why did a girl fall in love with me?" In the notes.
Why did she give me a love letter? What did you do?
It's funny because a girl falls in love with her, and then a guy immediately falls in love with her as well. And so like, there's a couple love letters she's getting.
They got a line forming.
And Taki's friend, one of the guys, when he first is swapped with Mitsuha, he's like he's acting kind of cute yesterday. I don't know.
Just his friend looking like, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
Yo.
Hey, yo, what'd you say? But yeah, no, that first third of the movie is really cute of just them getting to know each other, and like he's starting to learn about the town and all her life, while she's starting to just
Learning about
get a
the
look
city
at
and all
the
that kind of
city
stuff.
and just have a good time learning about life. Real nice, and then. There's this comet shower.
Oh yeah, there's a comet.
There's a comet that's going past her village, and so her and her friends are getting ready. They're having a good time,
There's a
trying
festival.
to enjoy a festival, and then it cuts.
And then it
With
like
this
it
massive
completely-
sound effect.
It completely leaves her behind, and for the rest, for the second third, we're now only with the guy.
Because
As
he says...
he doesn't get transferred back to her body for like a long time.
And he kind of forgets her name too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
in
most
the-
heartbreaking part.
in the
of,
same
like,
way that-
the less he's with her, the more he's forgetting about her.
It's like when you're in a dream and you try and remember the dream, where only like specific parts you can remember, but not any specifics.
I've always considered keeping a dream journal for stuff like that, but I can't.
I don't dream that often, so whenever I do, that's when like I try and remember it as much as I can.
I have plenty of dreams. Dude,
You're watching the dog be like, hell yeah.
Dude, you're watching that video, like, I've seen you have that reaction before. I'm just like, God damn! I
Gotta
remember,
put this away, but first.
I forget what it was for, but I remember Jinsu specifically making that noise during one of our videos or something, where he saw something, he was like, God damn!
God damn!
Well, that's staying in.
But, yeah, no. It's this entire thing where he's going around trying to figure out,
Your dream.
like... Huh?
Your dream. You were about to talk about your dreams.
Huh?
You were about to talk about your dream when you dream.
Oh, yeah. No, I have plenty of dreams, so I would like to keep a dream journal, but it's just too much. And
Because of how much you fill it up.
sometimes it's also nonsense of, like, it's a show I watched.
You're just rewatching the show.
Like, if I had to point out one that was, like, recent, where it's like, I kind of remember it, but I didn't care enough to write it. I had a dream this morning where it was just me going through my normal schedule. And so when I woke up, I was like, oh, shit, I didn't do any of that.
I dreamed that I did it and did the emotional jumping jacks for it. And then I woke up and realized I didn't actually do it yet, so I had to do it again.
Dishes, cleaning the house.
Did you dream about waking up and going to school?
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
The only time that I actually had that was always like over summer vacation for the first day, and then feeling lost because I didn't know where any of my classes were.
Yeah. No, it's dude, that was every day for me. Like,
But-
I always had those types of dreams. No, I had one time, there was this one dream I had where it was, I went to school, and one of my teachers extended the due date on something. And so when I woke up and I went to school and I realized the due date was still the same, I was so mad.
Whenever I dream, it's like I'm in a movie theater and watching something. So it's like I'm very conscious of it happening, but when I'm watching is just like it's insignificant to my personal self. Where it's like you're watching a movie, but then you're not really like you're mentally invested, but you're not physically invested.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I've had two types of media dreams, is the best way I can put it. One, I interpret what might happen in the future in a certain show, and I get pretty close sometimes. I've been weirdly close on several occasions.
What was something you predicted?
Sweet Life, Zack and Cody, Return of Erwin.
Very specific. Very specific.
Yeah.
I like it.
It was very specific. Of like, I had a dream that he was coming back, and he parachuted down and everything, and he right next to the rail gave a hug to the boys, and 2 years later,
2 years.
the commercial came out for that episode.
I had a dream that I was doing this Star Wars puzzle where it was Anakin, and then you like looked away and it became Darth Vader. I had a dream I did that puzzle, and then when I was doing the puzzle like midway through it, I was like,
Why? When did I get this?
No,
So you just have like random dreams of you like just doing stuff.
yeah, I'll just be inserted into a situation, and it's just okay, we're doing this. And then sometimes I think I see them happening again, or I'm just having deja vu.
Yeah. My second kind of media dream, by the way, is sometimes I'll be watching videos while I get ready to go to sleep, and I pass out before I can turn off my phone. And so, in my head, I can hear the video, and I can see it playing out, but I'm not, like, physically watching the video. So I'm watching the video for, like, I've had it happen for, like, I passed out, like, 3 hours ago, and then I'm still having the video play. So I'm watching the video, and I'm, like, guessing what's happening based on the audio I'm hearing, but I'm not actually watching it. And so when I go back to it, it's like, okay, I kind of got it right when I'm watching the video.
If we were watching a movie, and you fell asleep, and when it was over, and I look over and see you asleep, and I go, oh man, you fell asleep. And you're like, no, I'm not. No, I didn't. And I'm like, what's one thing that happened in the movie? And you gave something that happened when at the exact moment that I noticed that you're already asleep, I would kill you.
Yeah, and then
I've
you woke
done
up
that,
and were
though.
like, what are you talking about?
It's like, yes, of course, Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. And it's like, what? You knew that?
But I have done that before.
Oh, God.
Want to know what movie it was that I remember distinctly falling asleep, but still remembering most of what happened in the movie?
What?
No Country for Old Men.
Oh, yeah, you fell asleep when we were watching that.
But I still knew what happened.
Yeah, it wasn't that... Well, because it's a fair... When you watch, like, the first half of the movie, you could pretty much, like, you're able to carry over most of it. But
it was a good movie. I was just... God, I was so tired of that day.
Yeah, but now imagine those dreams that we just gave everybody. That, like, one of the dreams is that you were in a girl's body and it was super realistic and all that kind of stuff.
You spent the whole day.
But it was so consistent that you were
and then
just
it
like...
stops.
It was so consistent and so vivid. You knew all these people, like, this entire life. And there were messages from the person that owned the body. And you were communicating with them.
You're both
and all that crazy stuff, and then they just stop.
So he starts
You
looking into
gotta
it.
investigate that, yeah.
He starts looking into it along with a couple other friends, and as he's looking into it, he starts putting together some pieces. He's having trouble until he meets somebody who was a resident of that village. And so he talks to them, and he's like, oh, okay, so can you tell me where the city is? And the dude looks at him like, oh, it's been 3 years since that town was destroyed.
And like, what? And so he goes to the village and finds that the lake that the village was around is now bigger.
Doubled.
There's another lake.
There's another one right next to it that looks like a cell dividing. That a piece of that comet 3 years ago destroyed that area of the town. And the reason why that he isn't going back into her body is because
She's dead.
she's dead.
And so then it's a massive journey for him to try to figure out
A way back.
a way to go back. Gotta go
And
back
then
to the past.
Back to the past, change everything. and
Samurai Jack.
Play it. I know you haven't. I see it.
Oh, what?
I see it. I see your Samurai Jack stuff.
I was waiting on it.
God damn it, it's an ad.
But yeah, it's this trippy, like, you see
the ad!
You see the town just completely destroyed, and you're just like, oh my god. And, like, we start getting a bit more...
You skip it like that.
Did you know you could...
Okay. So yeah, he has to find a way back.
You know you could do that? The clothes.
No, now I do.
I've been doing that nonstop, just skipping ads.
Someone's calling me. Damn, they heard me playing over the fucking... Hello?
So he goes like, how am I supposed to go back in time in a dream to another person? Where do I even start?
Yeah.
Oh, I know!
So he goes to a shrine that he visited while he was in her body.
Yeah, a shrine that's in a caldera of a volcano that they set up as like a part of their Shinto religion in the town.
The grandma teaches. There's a moment where, or not a moment. There's a couple of scenes where the grandma's teaching Taki through Mitsuha about a concept in Shinto called nodding. I think it's called nodding. I forgot the Japanese name for it, but basically it's how everything just becomes connected eventually.
Yeah, like the red string of fate and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and he goes to the shrine. It's kind of it's just not upkept at all because it's been 3 years, and he finds the religious thing where they make their own version of sake, and he drinks it and has like this explosion of like realization of what happened, and like there's a display, like there's a mural of the comet and all that kind of stuff, and he gets sent back the day of when the meteor hits. And as
I gotta mention real quick, if we also get a little flash to like what she was doing during that whole
Oh
thing.
yeah, it shows a quick flash of her perspective, and it's her, and she looks up, and then you see the comet
Breaking apart and crashing down right in front
on
of her.
her.
By the way, the transition to him going back and being able to try to save her, holy shit!
Oh yeah, that.
Just the red string of fate flying around as like it transforms into the comet, it transforms back into him. Oh my god!
And then Mizuno's first time being conscious after dying is in Taki's body when he's at the shrine.
Yeah, like she wakes back up in his body and just goes, "Huh? Why am I here? Why is he here?"
So
Goes up and sees the crater of the town and just goes, "That's not right."
and so what he does is now 3 years in the past, his main goal is to try to get everybody out of town,
Because since
or
the,
specifically into an area where they'll be safe.
Yeah, since the town is completely around the lake, the comet only hits one side of the lake, where like the festival and all that kind of stuff is, like the city hall and all that kind of stuff. That's there, but on the other side is where the high school and a bunch of houses are. So they're trying to get everybody from the festival to the high school in like a evacuation sort of thing.
Yep.
And
It takes a lot of work, but eventually she starts getting to the point where it's working, and she starts forgetting. So she decides that she's gonna go to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, like
where
they
shrine
get
is?
like this connection, weird feeling thing, and Taki in the girl's body has to get up there. And when they finally both get up there in the same spot, it becomes sunset.
Yep, specifically it was Twilight.
Twilight, yeah, it becomes specifically Twilight, and that allows like some weird, like that's like the main like Shinto thing, that Twilight's like the realm, like opens up the world to strange things happening and all that kind of stuff, and they're able to see each other across time, and they talk to each other, and they're just like. It's like they're like, "You're real! Oh my god! I'm not going crazy!"
Don't do Ouija board stuff at sunset. You can do it any other time and, stuff over that way, but don't do it at sunset.
I don't condone the use of Ouija boards at all. I would rather people burn all Ouija boards.
Can't do that.
Don't do that either.
Can't do that. You have to give it away to someone, and they
From
have to accept
personal
it.
stories. From personal stories. Don't do that either.
Or, give it to a priest and he knows what to do. Or just don't do it, or just don't do it at all.
I hate that they sell it now in like kid sections.
Ah!
Yeah.
It's like little kid versions, but still, it's like little kid versions of
Yes, the proper way of getting a demon to possess a child.
little kid version of crack cocaine.
Yeah, basically, yeah. The first taste is free.
It's dude, it's among the like game board section.
I hate that.
Yeah, in stores like Barnes and Nobles and shit.
I hate that.
Yeah, I think.
Anyway.
I think tarot cards are there as well.
Ah!
Yeah.
Well,
Tarot cards are a little more.
They're not inviting something to speak.
They're middle ground,
in
basically.
a direct sort
Yeah.
of way. Tarot cards is just more of like a
predicting the future in the general. I feel is like diving into a deeper, like darker area.
Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's just go back to the good story of Your Name, where they're able and they want to write their names on each other's hands so they don't forget it when they wake up. And so Taki writes his on her hand, and when she goes to write her name, it's one swipe, and that's when it stops being Twilight, and she's gone.
Yep.
It's such a trippy moment, and you're just like,
Even
no!
the music cuts.
Yeah. Oh,
everything
that
just-
one hurt. By the way, when the music cut out, I was like, no.
And like at first he remembers her name, like he says it over and over again, and then he picks up the thing to write it down, and that's when it's gone. As soon as he stops saying her name, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then, so finally, we're now with her trying to save her town and everybody with a little bit of light terrorism, part of their plan.
Yeah, that was a bit of a thing.
They cut the power to the entire town
By blowing it up.
by blowing it up, and like using the emergency broadcast system to be like, there's a forest fire, go to the high school for safety and all that kind of stuff. And she like there's just, and the plan starts failing, like going completely awry, and she's just like, she gets very upset, and when she tries to look at Tagi's name on her hand, she realizes that he didn't write his name. He wrote "I love you." Which is just like
a dork.
Like, and and all of three of us, when we saw that, we were just like, "You idiot! You messed it all up!"
I'm like, oh, you messed it up, but also that's really cute. Like most guys' reactions, oh, you stupid son of a bitch. Meanwhile, inside, we all know, but that's really cute.
But that's what it's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do, but also you're stupid.
And then we don't know what happens after that, except like she finally goes to her dad, who's the mayor, and then it cuts, and then we see the piece of the comet come down and hit the town.
Oh my god,
it's so well detailed that like
the entire movie is.
Well, it's more pointing out the point where it makes contact with the ground, and how everything gets uprooted, cars get flung, and a bunch of stuff just gets destroyed. Buildings gone. I think it doesn't directly hit City Hall or her house.
I don't remember because oh my god, it was terrifying.
I think it hit directly under the high school.
No, it didn't hit the high school. That was the
high school's the one place it didn't hit.
That was the safe place where they were evacuating everybody.
Oh, I thought when they showed it again, it looked like the high school.
Nah, that's the one place that was safe.
They evacuated to the high school.
But it was like it was like the fancy house. I don't know if it was her house.
Could have been.
It most likely would have been because
it turns out her grandma was the only one who didn't evacuate.
Oh, don't take that. But then, so we go back to...
No, she did survive. As most old ladies do.
Somehow.
Pure spite.
They
live through pure spite, my dude.
You remember those, like, seeing those ads where it's like, those old style ads? Those old style ads for, like, duck and cover? Yeah. How it's like the kids get under and the bomb happens, and then they just get back out under the desk. Instead of a desk, it's just an old person.
No, you know how they do it?
What?
They put an old person in the desk.
In the desk, there you go.
It's pocket-sized granny. Specifically, if you open the desk, you will see a little old lady, and she gets very mad if you don't visit her every 5 minutes. And she will
What's
leave.
wrong with you? 5 minutes and 20 seconds? I can't believe you.
Specifically, she will start to leave. If she leaves, then you're dead. Because the nuke will hit, and you will die.
And there's only one old person per desk.
Jinzu, did you visit Table Granny? Did you visit Table Granny?
Table Granny is...
Where's Table Granny?
That is not a phrase I thought of here.
Where's Table Granny?
Stop shaking him. It's scaring him.
Well, why do you think he's dead? Why do you think he's dead? He didn't visit Table Granny.
And the bombs came. You have to learn to let us go, Jinzu.
Yeah, the house is in ruins. Everything's like crazy. There's like a hole in the ceiling. I'm sitting here like...
You were holding a steering wheel heading to the house?
Yeah.
That detachable steering wheel that you have, that's actually just a steering wheel that you think plugs in.
It's a fucking, like, it's a normal, like, wheel to, like, anything else, and I think it's my steering
wheel. It's a tire wheel. It's a tire. It's a wheel from a bicycle.
So, after that, we go from 3 years after the comet hit.
These are snakes.
To 8.
Yeah, it skips 5 years after the events of them switching for the boy.
Yeah, and so we're just following his life and how he's trying to get a job and all that kind of stuff because he's old enough now. And just so happened, there's a news article that say, for the 5-year anniversary for when the comet hit the town, and he gets refascinated with the town, and when he looks it up in the same way for when he first learned about the comet killing everybody, in the same way he finds out that no one died, and it's saying like a miraculous, like, just so happened the town was having an emergency thing happening, and everybody was in safe place and all that kind of stuff, and we're all just like, ah! And
new Mandela effect drop.
Yes,
the new Mandela.
And so it's just knowing that she's out there for us is great, but he doesn't know because he forgot all about her. And
The whole time he's been thinking about her, but didn't know if it was her.
yeah, it's just this crazy.
For 5 years, he's been looking for her.
5
And the girl that he
years.
went on a date on is married to someone else.
Is
now.
someone else.
My bet is that she's married to like his friend,
The friend that
that
was
went
with
on.
The friend that thought he was cute.
Yeah, exactly. So,
They have so much in common, liking him.
Yeah.
but you
just
start
like,
seeing
what was
people that were just in the background as like friends to these two characters. Like they've gone off to live their own lives. They've gotten married. They're just living their lives while these two are still searching for each other.
Yeah,
without
it's
knowing
like
it.
It's that empty other self that they're feeling, and they don't know what it is until finally, when they look up from being on the subway, they look out and they see each other.
And they're like, oh!
What?
And then they...
And then they run out and then find each other. But she's at the top of the stairs, he's on the bottom of the stairs, and they walk past each other.
And then they stop and they are crying and they're like...
So that was you, right?
No, not even so that was you. No, it was, hey, have we met before? And she turns around crying, and she's like, I was going to say the same thing to you. And the very last line of the movie. So what's your name? And like, it's super cheesy, that last line.
But no, it works.
But because it's the roll credits move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
so
said
your
the
name
title of
is-
the movie.
Your name.
Perfect rendition, my man.
Yeah,
I'm crying
I've been
right now.
trying
I'm
so
crying
hard.
right now.
My name is what?
My name is
who?
who?
My name is Shika Shika Slim Shady.
No, it's my
Your
name is.
is what? Your name is who? Your name is Slim Shady.
No,
Tucky Tucky.
Tucky.
my name is. That's all it is.
Isn't there,
Wait, hold on,
isn't
I
there
got-
some kind of like Japanese monster named the Teki Teki?
Wait, hold on. I have to do it better. Ow.
Anyways, isn't it the thing that like have a person that runs at you, and it's the claws that it makes that noise? The Teki Teki Teki.
What?
You ever heard of that monster?
No?
Why don't you look it up and prove yourself to not be insane?
Yeah. No, I remember.
Because if you're wrong, you know what that means.
It means it's been in my head the whole time, just like
we
you
gotta
guys.
put him down.
It means we have to run.
It's been in my head the whole time, just like you guys.
Call me Teddy,
Just like you guys.
just like the tumor.
Just like...
Don't you find it weird that after you got it out, I showed up?
Found it. The Teki Teki.
That's just a guy being a dude.
That's
He's
a woman.
walking on his intestines.
That's a woman.
That's just a woman being a lady.
She's walking on her intestines.
Damn, girl, what that ass do?
Nothing, because there is none.
There is nothing. It's my favorite thing whenever they have like the ring girl that like she comes through the screen, but it's like a small screen, so she's like very small in order to get out.
But this was a good movie. Holy
Why
cow.
don't you try and say a thing that isn't good without using the word good? Say how you approve of this movie.
This was a movie.
This was a movie that subverted an expectation when you hear a movie about two people that switch bodies, switches it, and allows you to be sucked into this world that is so minuscule that it's just with this girl and guy, their story, and shows everything off visually amazing. And at the end, when they finally meet back up, you're just like, yes! Oh my god!
Oh, I felt so good. It's a good.
amount of
it's
pain-
a good feel-good movie.
The pain that you go through when you find out she's dead, and the relief that you feel when you see that everybody survived after they changed it.
Yeah.
The heartbreak when they leave each other from twilight changing back into night is honestly one of the best feelings. Like that moment right there, that's going in like my personal list of moments in movies and shows that we've watched. in this, like, that moment right there is going into my list of, like, favorite moments. Favorite, not in that I liked it, but in that it tore my heart out.
Now, very important thing.
Yes.
Of like, we'll give our final thoughts real quick of like my personal final thoughts. Oh my god, if you haven't watched this movie, you need to. It's on the list of movies, like anime movies that you need to watch if you're an anime fan.
Not so much an anime fan. I think it's more of like if you're interested in a story that changes things up from something that you are familiar with, as well as you enjoy anime-esque stories, I would say. Like, stories that, like, that you're familiar with anime, that change things around, go ahead. If you want to see something that changes things around, like a movie that changes things around, from another movie you've seen or something like that, this is definitely a good watch.
I find it funny that, like, the three movies that are basically of this, like, three movies that come to mind of this category of, like, really, really sad movies, or like, good movies, but with, like, sad moments, emotional movies. It's Your Name, A Silent Voice, and from what I've heard, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
What did you just say to me?
You haven't heard of I Want to Eat Your Pancreas?
No.
A very, very sad movie.
Yeah, attempted cannibalism.
A girl with a condition with her pancreas, and so she has limited time.
Death.
Yeah,
the condition is death,
and so she.
You must fill the prescription.
I think that's what I heard the description was of basically a boy trying to spend time with a girl who has limited time.
Oh,
and
that
so
sounds
the whole
sad.
line of like I want to eat your pancreas is I want to take away your disease.
Oh, okay. Why don't they just call it that?
Because they wanted a clickbaity title.
Ugh.
Well, not so much clickbaity title. That catches your attention, right?
It does.
You go,
and it makes me
what
go,
does that mean?
No, it makes me go. Not gonna watch that. Chinsu,
But-
what is your final?
Final thoughts.
This was one of the more satisfying rom-coms that I've seen.
Rom-com.
Or maybe not rom-com, but...
Rom-com?
I mean,
I see no rom.
A Roman Catholic.
Roman Catholic.
I don't see Roman conflicts.
Roman conflicts. There you go. No, Roman commanders. There we go. Rom-com. Roman commanders.
Can't believe it. I switched my religion. I'm Roman conflict.
Roman conflict.
Roman,
That's just Roman.
I'm Roman commandant.
Roman commandant.
But you meant more like in a romantic story.
Yeah. It's also weird. Like, I don't know. Just I was not expecting there to be a 3-year difference between them.
Yeah.
That they're communicating from.
And then
They add a sci-fi element halfway through the movie.
Yeah, the fact that there's whenever they transfer, he goes back in time to her. And when they finally, like, the day before the day she supposedly died is when she went to go visit him in Tokyo. And obviously this is before.
This is 3 years.
When I saw that
in his time, so he didn't know.
This is before he did that, so he had no idea that she was even a person. So she like walks up to him and just goes, "Hey," and he's just like, "Who are you?" Like, doesn't she say his name?
Yeah, yeah.
She says his name, and he's just like, "Who are you?" and she immediately knows that he's not, like, he doesn't recognize her. And that was such a good moment where you're just like, no! And also, what?
You know the best part, though? When she starts leaving, like, she's, like, forced to leave, and she throws her string.
He asked her for her name. This is the opening of the movie, by the way.
Yeah, it starts.
That's what I was gonna say. Of like, that's the best part when it's revealed that was the opening scene of the movie.
It was the moment that they first actually met and were connected.
Yeah,
and that actually started the whole thing.
This is a good movie. I love
it. Stop saying good.
This is a bad movie. I hate it.
Stop using the word bad and good. Never say those things.
This is a shit movie. I hate it. I hope everyone here dies.
This movie was
deserved.
This movie was quite splendid.
This movie
was quite unequivocally busting.
This was a great movie. This was a great movie.
It had me eyeballs busting in tears.
Superb elements like the meteor.
Do we have any thoughts
killed the whole village?
My thought is, if this sort of situation happened to you, would you?
I would just tell the comment to stop.
I'm built different.
I'm finding where I am.
But if
I would
this
just
happens,
Day
live.
one, I'm finding where I am and
I
being
would-
like, okay, I'm going to that location.
I would just live and not die.
I would jump at the moment of impact and
Yeah.
live.
did
dodge
you know
the
if you're on an
shockwave.
airplane and as it's crashing down, as long as you just
Right before,
right before it crashes, you don't
you
die.
just double jump right before you land.
you air cancel.
yeah.
Wave dash.
You just air dodge into the ground. You'll wave land instead of dying.
I remember seeing that video where it was like some guys on a boat in the ocean, and as they're on the ship, they're on the bottom part of it, and so when there's this massive wave, they do a jump. And
Oh yeah,
like,
it
it's super high.
launches them.
And so every comment was, "Motherfucker learned double jump." Motherfucker unlocked double jump in real life.
It didn't tell anybody.
But yeah, no, this movie, holy cow. So when it comes to your question, like I said, my immediate thing would be, let me grab a map. Let me find where I am.
Imagine if it was in a different country with a different language. That would be terrifying.
Wait, what?
Do you
Like
do you
getting
wake up with
switched with the body with somebody.
No, you know the worst part
Anyways.
though.
Yeah, you're trying to communicate.
You know
with
the
them.
worst part? Do you know the language?
That's
when
the
you,
thing,
when you
that's
wake
the
up?
Do you speak the language, or you're like
Man, when did this person learn English all of a sudden? What the heck?
And they seem to have traded it for our language, for German.
It's like, you no longer know how to speak Slovak. Slovakian just needs.
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
That would be horrible.
That would be terrifying. That would definitely be a different kind of movie. But yeah, that was Your Name.
I have known what's next.
You don't?
This
Alright.
is just a good Merry Christmas for the Spotify listeners.
Oh yeah, this is coming out on Christmas. Oh my god.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from all of us!
I mean, it's actually Christmas. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas. I wonder. I hope you all. What do you guys do on Christmas?
Merry Christmas from the greenvillains!
Goodbye.
We're out of here!
Take care, guys.
Bye! Jesus!
Hurry in the fucking video.
If you want to see more of our content, you can find our YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter on our linktree at linktree/greenvillains. That's linktr.ee/greenvillains.